No, I'm just gonna go young. On you, bro. Yeah. I don't want to hear it. We're beating Virginia. I'm telling you. Bro, I had a perfect bracket. 216. Yes, no, look. I had the perfect bracket. No, I had two wrong. Look, I had the perfect bracket.
Ole Miss got blown out. Ole Miss got blown out.
Yeah, by who? Oklahoma.
I don't want to hear about it.
Bro, we're winning. We beat Virginia, bro.
Test, test, test.
Home Run Heroes, I need you now, please. Right down in front of the booth here, right here in the dugout of the Pearce Mustangs. Home Run Heroes, I need you now, please.
Hey, Vicky, how you doing? It's kind of tough when they're kids, you know, because you don't want to. It's less of a business and more personal, so you don't want to say the wrong thing. It's hard. Thank you. Whatever. What's up, Wahlberg?
Oh, it's a tangled mess.
People will come, Ray. Come to Iowa, a recently came family. Attempt to drive Ray, not knowing for sure why they're doing it. Arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for the past. They walk out to the bleachers. Cheer their heroes. And they'll watch the game. People will come, Ray. The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball. This field, this game, it's a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us.
Okay, you remember to press that button?
Yes.
If it says auto shut down enable. You can unplug it whenever the game starts. That's how it charging up a little bit. It won't last all game.
Ladies and gentlemen, every home game here at Pearce, we recognize some fantastic youngsters we affectionately refer to as home run heroes. These young buckaroos dream of playing on this field someday, and many of them will in just the blink of an eye. In order to prepare them for that, we invite them to show us their base running skills. As they spread around the bases, please give a warm welcome to our own J.J. Pearce Mustangs home run tonight hero. You can take off whenever you want to, son. Ladies and gentlemen, it now gives me great pleasure to introduce tonight's first pitch honoree, Coach Mark Ferguson, chosen by Mustang John Mark Spence. Coach Ferguson has been at Pearce for 9 years now, teaches economics, and coaches the wrestling team. He has previously coached baseball, track, basketball, and football at both Grace Community School in Tyler and Carson Newman University in Tennessee. Originally from Gaithersburg, Maryland, he attended Grove City College in Pennsylvania and received his master's from Carson Newman. In his spare time, he likes to travel, enjoy country music, and compete in triathlons. His favorite baseball team is the Baltimore Orioles. He's got 2 daughters, Madison and Kate, and of course his dog gets a big shout out, Dixie. His message to the Mustangs is beat Richardson. Okay, Coach, let her fly. That's right. Great job, Coach. Great job. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to J.J. Pearce High School, home of the Mustangs, where it's always a beautiful day for baseball. Tonight we welcome the Richardson Eagles. Yeah! Welcome their fans. We're also going to introduce the substitutes for the Eagles. Number 3, Andrew Cutting. Number 8, Sean O'Farrell. Number 12, Nick Hecht. Number 13, Ben Patchen. Number 20, Christian Portugal. Number 21, Jackson McDonald. And now the starting lineup for the Eagles. Leading off at first base, Luke Mulvey. Batting second in left field is Caleb Jackson. David Blaylock is at second tonight. He's batting third. The cleanup here is the pitcher, Jagger Shaddle. The designated hitter is batting fifth tonight, Aaron Hobbs. Batting sixth at third base, Zach Monroe. Batting seventh at shortstop, Evan Hebert. The catcher tonight.
And unplug it. You feel good about it? I mean, we can always plug it back in, right? If we need
Batting
to.
ninth is the center fielder, Nick Pearce.
Are we hot?
And in right field tonight,
Are we hot? Is it ready?
Caleb Cole. The bat boys for the Eagles tonight are Luke Choate and Cullum Rushing.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the campus of J.J. Pearce High School. John Brewer and Mason Trevino with FridayNightGlory.com bringing you some 8-6A baseball tonight. The lineups are currently being announced, about to announce the home Mustangs here. Crazy game on Tuesday night in the first of this 2-game set that found the Richardson Eagles on the good side of a 6-5 extra inning victory at Richardson. Game went 10 innings, and Eagles won it in walk-off style to run their district record to 2-1. Still early in the district slate. But let's go ahead and take a look at the district standings. It's Duncanville alone in first place at 3-0. Then a four-way tie for second between these two teams tonight, J.J. Pearce, Richardson, W.T. White, and Skyline, in a four-way tie for second place, followed by Lake Highlands in sixth with a 1-2 district record, and Berkner and Molina tied for the seventh place slot in 8-6A. Tuesday's action saw Lake Highlands blank Berkner 3-0. W.T. White chopped down Dallas Molina 10-1. The Duncanville Panthers 10-run ruled the Skyline Raiders. And that's how we arrived at the standings. The Mustangs are headed up by first-year coach Brock Rumfield. His assistants Justin Whiteside and Colin Buckley. Mustangs are now 12-5-1 on the season. Again, 2-1 in district. The Eagles counter with 5 wins, 13 losses on the season. Also 2-1 in district play. We'll take a look at the starting lineups here for your Mustangs. It'll be sophomore Nick Graney on the hill. A very familiar outfield. It'll be the same as we had the other night. We'll pause for the national anthem, and we'll get back to announcing the lineups. Just about ready to get underway here. Mike Tovar, in his 7th year at the helm of Richardson High School. Longtime coach, high school baseball coach in the area, coached for 25 years at Hillcrest. Brother is the head coach at Berkner. The Mustangs will see Berkner next week. But a baseball family, to say the least. The Eagles will come a-calling in their visiting grays tonight. Gray tops, gray bottoms, the purple trim. And the home Mustangs in their all whites with the blue trim and the red numerals on the back of their jerseys with the red caps. Beautiful night for baseball. Temperatures in the low 70s. Wind is a non-factor, just a slight breeze right now blowing from right field to left field. Just about ready to get underway here. It'll be Jeff Riley from Richardson will be the home plate umpire tonight. Dwayne Phillips from Mesquite will be the field umpire, and no doubt that they have heard about what happened Tuesday night. Probably have had a pregame discussion with Coach Tovar and Coach Rumfield. Of course, both catchers being thrown out of that ball game on Tuesday night after an altercation at the plate. Just one man's opinion, but I didn't think either boy should have been thrown out. No one asked my opinion, but anyway, no punches were thrown, no shoves. It was a potential fight was diverted, so to speak. But both boys were ejected from the game. They're both suspended for tonight's ball game, and so both teams will be without a talented young man, and they'll dig into their depths for another catcher. And for the Mustangs, that will be Joris Schuler. Schuler, who started Tuesday night's game at pitcher, will be the battery mate of pitcher Nick Graney. Normally, this would be the senior Nick Watkins' spot. Nick experiencing some discomfort in his arm, and so the sophomore Nick Graney, the righty, will get the call from Coach Rumfield, and he'll face the first baseman, Luke Mulvey. And the first pitch is a fastball just outside, 1-0. We're underway here on the campus of J.J. Pearce. One-0 pitch is chopped to Erickson at short. Comes in, makes the play. Perfect throw over to the first baseman, Nicholas Burlbaugh, and there is one in the books. So 2 pitches in, there is 1 out.
Eagles left fielder, Caleb Jackson.
Gavin Gold, the senior, will get the start at third base. Wyatt Erickson at short, Preston Van Zandt at second, and Nicholas Burlbaugh, the senior, at first base. And now Caleb Jackson comes up and takes a strike on the outside corner. The outfield for the Mustangs tonight: Jed Arrington, the sophomore, in left. Burke Wahlberg, the sophomore, in center. Now a chopper to Van Zandt out at second. Picks, throws, and quickly 2 away. So a nice start for Nick Graney. Just 4 pitches in, 2 outs, nobody on, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Damon Blaylock.
Eagles second baseman, Damon Blaylock.
And in rounding out the outfield tonight for the Mustangs is the junior Ben Kessler, who had a fantastic game on Tuesday night at Richardson. We'll talk more about that. Damon Blaylock is promptly plucked by Nick Graney, and he'll take first base the hard way and will be the night's first base runner. And that'll bring up the starting pitcher for the Eagles tonight, sophomore Jagger Shattle.
Cleanup hitter and pitcher, Jagger Shattle.
Shattle's a big boy. He's a tough out. Reminiscent of John Kruk in my mind, for those of you who remember the big lefty for the Philadelphia Phillies. And Shattle looks at a ball. Oh no, they call it a strike. Late call from the home plate umpire, but a strike to Jagger Shattle. Blaylock is off and running. The pitch is down, and there will be no throw. So credit Damon Blaylock with a stolen base, and now a runner in scoring position for the visiting Eagles. And now a 1-1 count to the big lefty, Jagger Shattle. 1-1 delivery is high and away, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is fastball in, 3-1. The designated hitter, Baron Hobbs, is on deck. And the 3-1 pitch is outside, and Shattle draws a walk. So there's now a force on the bases as runners at first and second. And Baron Hobbs will step up to the plate for the Eagles. Jason Smiga and Jason Gunter are Mike Tovar's assistants, and they both occupy a coaching box at the moment. Two on, two out, just underway here at Pearce, and Graney misses high and in with a fastball, 1-0.
For the pitcher, number 8, Sean O'Farrell.
And a strike at the knees evens the count at 1. Middle infielders trying to keep Blaylock close, and Graney deals curveball away. Blaylock thought about it, but then thought better of it, and Yoris Schuler hopped out from behind the plate and scooped the ball up. 2-1. Third baseman Zach Monroe is in the on-deck circle for the Eagles, and now a foul back off the bat of Baron Hobbs evens the count at 2. Again, a few clouds in the sky, but basically perfect weather. Light breeze blowing from right to left. Temperatures in the low 70s. Great night for baseball. 2-2 pitch is a curveball lifted into shallow right, and Ben Kessler comes on and makes a nice running catch to end the inning. So the Eagles threaten, but nothing doing. No score. We head to the bottom of the first. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the first, no score. It'll be the third baseman, Gavin Gold, leading it off for the Mustangs. Couple of big hits on Tuesday night. A double and then a 2 RBI single that tied the game in the 5th inning. Followed by shortstop senior Wyatt Erickson and the right fielder, Ben Kessler. Jagger Shaddle, the big lefty. And we are underway here in the bottom of the first, and Shaddle delivers a fastball strike to Gold. Again, Shaddle's a sophomore, and you know, it used to be that sophomores were wide-eyed out here playing with the upperclassmen. Now a chopper to the first baseman, Luke Mulvey, who promptly steps on the bag, and it's one away. Used to be that these sophomores were wide-eyed out there with the older boys, but these days, a lot of these boys play select baseball. They're used to playing at a very high level. Jagger Shaddle, certainly one of those kids. He's been at this for a long time and a fine player. He quits himself as a very poised veteran player, even though he's a sophomore, and he misses high and away with a fastball. Note that Shaddle did play on the varsity last year, so he is a veteran of sorts. Going to be a great player for the Eagles here over the next few years, and he deals low and in with ball 2. Wyatt Erickson at the plate. 2-0 pitch is high, 3-0. Erickson had a big single also in the 5th inning, an RBI that gave J.J. Pearce the lead 3-2, albeit temporary. Now Erickson squares the bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes ball 4, high and inside. So the Mustangs have a base runner here with 1 out. That'll bring up Ben Kessler. Ben Kessler with a fantastic game on Tuesday night, 3 for 3 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Obviously reached base all 5 times he came to the plate. And he has ascended the ranks, the offensive stats rank. And he rips one, line shot to the third baseman, Zach Monroe, who spears it. Makes a bid at a double play, throws across the diamond to Mulvey, but an alert Wyatt Erickson is back in with a head-first slide. So Ben Kessler's been tearing the cover off the ball. He wasted no time with a low line drive, but a fine play by the junior Zach Monroe, who now takes his glove off and shakes his hand a little bit, says, ow. That ball was smoked, but a fine play by Monroe. Darn near got an inning-ending double play. And now a high chopper off the bat of Graney out to Blaylock, who scoops, throws over to Mulvey, and they get Graney. So the Mustangs get a base runner, but he is stranded and no runs. So we remain scoreless. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to J.J. Pearce High School. We head to the 2nd inning. No score. It'll be the junior third baseman, Zach Monroe, leading it off for the Eagles. Monroe, a fantastic player for the Eagles, played 3 positions on Tuesday night, played a key role in the Eagles' 6-5 10-inning victory, and he skies one to left center
on the first pitch, and Burke Wahlberg, the sophomore center fielder, in a 3/4 run, spears it, and there is quickly one down. That'll bring up the shortstop, Evan Hebert. Hebert also playing a key role in the Eagles' victory on Tuesday night. Another fine player. He looks at a fastball strike at the knees, 0-1. Freshman catcher Marcus Peters is in the on-deck circle. He'll be followed by the center fielder, Nick Wurst. And now a fastball gets by Schuler at the plate, but no pain as there are no base runners at the moment. 1-1. Nice crowd tonight. Both high schools well represented as we play here in the top of the second, and Graney is high with a fastball, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is high and away, 3-1. And the 3-1 delivery swung on and missed. Full count. Again, tonight's scheduled starter, Nick Watkins, with some arm soreness, and he will not pitch tonight. He came on in the 7th inning on Tuesday night. And now Graney is high with a fastball, and Hebert is aboard with a walk. Anyway, Watkins came in to try to get the save on Tuesday night. Got the first 2 batters via strikeout. Looked very strong, but this is a Richardson team with no quit in it, and they pieced together the tying run and eventually would go on to win it 6-5 in extras. Graney is down with a leadoff fastball to Marcus Peters, 1-0. Now a ball high and in, 2-0. And Marcus Peters was not in the starting lineup on Tuesday night, but came in the top of the 3rd on defense after Darian Blaylock was ejected. And now Graney misses high and in, ball 3. So a first pitch out for Graney, and now struggling a little bit with his control, and he hits the outside corner with a fastball. Home plate umpire Jeff Riley is slow with his strike call, so there is a chance that I am going to correct myself a few times here tonight. 3-1 pitch. Strike again on the outside corner. Full count. So Graney battles back. The runner's going, and a ball is hit deep to left. Arrington back, and makes a nice running catch at the base of the wall. So about a 330-foot out off the bat of Marcus Peters. A nice play by sophomore Jet Arrington. He read it well off the bat.
With 2 outs. Brings up center fielder
And brought it in literally a foot or 2 in front of the wall and left, straight away left. It amounts to a very, very long out, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Nick Wurst. And he'll take a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. The leadoff hitter for the Eagles, Luke Mulvey, is in the on-deck circle, hoping for a chance. Runner goes. Sharp ground ball to Vinzant. Bobbles it, picks it up, throws, got him. Nice recovery by the senior second baseman. Vinzant did a nice job knocking it down and didn't pick it clean. It came off his glove a little bit, but he made a nice recovery and a good throw. And so we remain scoreless after 1.5. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're headed to the home half of the second inning, and it'll be the sophomore center fielder Burke Wahlberg leading it off for Coach Rumfield and the Mustangs. Wahlberg still leads the team in batting average at .526, as well as slugging percentage at .632, and OPS, which combines on-base percentage and slugging percentage. 1.298 there. Those are fantastic numbers, obviously. He bats in the 4-hole and promptly takes 2 balls. So 2-0. Ooh, and a fastball over the head of Wahlberg. Now a big smile on the face of number 22, Wahlberg. Zach Monroe plays on the grass over at third. And now Shattle hits the outside corner. Took a little off that one and painted the corner. 3-1. And now high and tight with a fastball, and Wahlberg is aboard with a leadoff walk.
Brings to the plate Mustangs designated hitter Jordan Rosenblum.
So that'll bring up the senior DH, Jordan Rosenblum. And Rosenblum in the past couple of games is a combined 5 for 8 with a walk and a couple of runs scored. Been very strong offensively for the Mustangs and brought his average up over 300, so feeling good at the plate. He's got a runner aboard and there are no outs, and he takes a fastball strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Rosenblum got the start a week ago at Molina at third base. Tuesday night was the DH, and again tonight he will occupy the DH position and will bat for the catcher, Joris Schuler. Mustangs scrambling a bit at catcher with the injury of Sutton Stokes a couple of weeks ago, and who figured to be the backup catcher to Bo Rogers. Of course, Rogers out tonight with the suspension. And now a big swing and a miss from Rosenblum. 0-2. So Hunter Greenwell, the sophomore lefty, came in to catch the balance of the ball game on Tuesday night after Rogers was ejected. But tonight, Coach Rumfield opts for Schuler, and a sharp ground ball through the left side by Jordan Rosenblum, and that'll move Wahlberg up to second base. So Jordan Rosenblum remains hot for the Mustangs. 6 of his last 9 with a walk. So his numbers continue to climb, and that'll bring up the senior second baseman Preston Vinzant. Also hitting over 300, and now the catcher, Marcus Peters, wants a word with Shaddle. Preston Vinzant hitting .308 on the season, tied for third in RBI with 10, an on-base percentage of .417, but second on the team in runs scored with 13. So Vinzant very involved in the Mustang offensive production thus far. And he looks to lay one down, and it's a bunt over to Shaddle, who throws high, and it's over the head of the second baseman, Damon Blaylock, and that will bring Burke Wahlberg home with the game's first run. So it's a sacrifice bunt by Preston Vinzant, and then an E1 on the throw. Shaddle throws high to the second baseman, Damon Blaylock, who was covering for Mulvey. And just like that, the Mustangs have runners at second and third, one already across, nobody out still here in the bottom of the second, and that'll bring up the senior first baseman, Nicholas Burlbaugh. So if you're a Pearce Mustang, you're just sick about what happened Tuesday night. You're not only up by a run in the bottom of the seventh with 2 out and nobody on, but also 0-2 to the batter. And you just feel like you gave one away if you're Pearce. But if you're Richardson, you say, how about our resilient kids? Because they did a fine job scratching out a run, and then, of course, 3 innings later, pushing the winning run across and getting a walk-off win. You never know what's going to happen in this 50-year rivalry. Mustangs have gotten the better of it over the past few years, but the Eagles always a threat. And they drew some blood on Tuesday night with that 6-5 victory. And now both teams 2-1 in the early go here in district play. And Shaddle deals outside 1-0 to Burlbaugh. Mulvey plays in on the grass, as does Zach Monroe at third. The middle infielders are back. And a swing and a miss from Burlbaugh, 1-1. Outfield is straight away for Burlbaugh. And at regular depth. Continues to be a very slight breeze blowing from right to left, but wonderful temps, and now Burlbaugh swings and misses at an off-speed delivery by Shaddle, 1-2. One-two pitch to Burlbaugh, ripped through the left side, just over the glove of Zach Monroe. And it did glance off the glove of Monroe, but I believe that's a base hit. We'll see how they rule that. That was sharply struck. Nice hit by Burlbaugh. So now 2-0 Mustangs, and still nobody out in the inning. Vinzant advances to third, so runners at the corners, still nobody out, and Jet Arrington, the sophomore left fielder, who made a nice play on a long fly ball from Marcus Peters in the top of the inning, and he takes fastball in. 1-0, and Jet, let's just say Jet Arrington does not have typical number 9 batter numbers. He is second on the team in batting average. And now a fastball is skied to center field. We'll see if that's far enough for Vinzant to tag at third. Here he comes. And here comes the throw. Now Vinzant will think better of it and retreat to third base, much to the delight of the Richardson contingent. So it's a fly ball to center. The first out of the inning. Runners can't advance. That'll bring up the top of the order, third baseman Gavin Gold, who hit an 0-1 pitch on the ground to the first baseman, Mulvey. He'll get another shot here with runners at the corners. 2-0 Mustangs here in the bottom of the second. And a curveball from Shattle. Nice pitch. Gold started to offer, then held up, but it's a nice curveball by Shattle, and it drops in on the outside corner. 0-1. A 0-1 pitch, another check swing, and another strike. So Shattle's curveball causing pause by number 5, Gavin Gold. 0-2, and now he'll choke up a little bit and protect the plate for the Mustangs. 0-2. And a fastball is down. Close, very close, but umpire rules ball. 1-2. Wyatt Erickson in the on-deck circle for the Mustangs. 1-2 pitch, curveball, battled and fouled off by Gavin Gold. He has seen that curveball 3 times now. He may have a better beat on it. But he confused Gold enough, Shattle did, with those first 2 curveballs that you figure he may throw it again. Now a throw over to first base, but Burlbaugh is on top of it. Is back in safely. And now a ground ball past the first baseman and down the right field line. That'll bring Vinzant home. Burlbaugh will stop at third, but a 2-strike double from Gavin Gold down the right field line. A nice at bat by Gold, as he looked anything but good in the first 2 pitches, but fought off a nasty curveball with a foul earlier in the count, and then shot a nice hard ground ball past Mulvey and down the line for an RBI double. So 3-0 Mustangs, and still threatening here with runners on second and third, just 1 out. And Erickson takes a fastball down, ball 1. Mustang infield is in, trying to stem the tide here, and now a big swing and a miss from Erickson, 1-1. One pitch is lined up the middle. 1 run home, 2 runs home, and Erickson advances to second on the throw. Well, the Eagles had the infield in. Perhaps Blaylock has a chance if he's playing back. Certainly not with his feet on the grass, as Erickson hit a very sharp ground ball up the middle. Likely a hit either way. And Wyatt Erickson continues his clutch hitting for the Mustangs. So a single, 2 RBIs, advances to second on the throw home.
Brings to the plate Mustangs right fielder Ben Kessler.
5-0 Mustangs now. That brings up the right fielder Ben Kessler, who looks at a curveball strike on the inside corner. A 1 pitch to Kessler, skied to left field, and Caleb Jackson is under it and makes the catch. So second out in the books. So 2 down, runner at second.
Brings to the plate
Kessler just missed that, just got under it a little bit. The way he's hitting the ball, had he just squared that one up just a quarter inch more, that ball might still be going. But as it is a long out, and the Mustangs have batted around as the 9th hitter of the inning comes up to the plate in the form of big sophomore Nick Graney. And Shaddle misses with a fastball. And now a big swing and a miss by Graney, 1-1. One pitch from Shaddle is low and away, 2-1. And the 2-1 delivery is a hanging curveball that stays up, 3-1. Mustangs came into Tuesday night's game on fire, having not tasted defeat since March 3rd. And again, we're within one strike of closing the Eagles out. Eagles battle back, and the Mustangs were reeling, no doubt, a bitter pill to swallow. And I know they were all eager to get back out here tonight. And now Shaddle deals strike on the outside corner. Nick Graney flipped the bat toward the dugout, thought it was ball 4 and was headed that way, but the home plate umpire Jeff Riley says, "Back here, young man, full count." And here's the payoff pitch, swung on and missed. It was tipped, but Marcus Peters caught it. But the Mustangs plate 5 runs here in the bottom of the second. They lead it 5-0. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
To the top of the lineup for the Eagles, first baseman Luke Mulvey.
Welcome back. We head to the third. Mustangs with a big second inning. They lead it 5-0, and back to the top of the order for the Eagles and first baseman Luke Mulvey. And Nick Graney's still on the hill for the Mustangs. He misses with a fastball. It's 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch is down, 2-0.
I've got an addition. That's my daughter Lily and her son Oliver.
And a pop-up high in the infield. Nicholas Burlbaugh calls everyone off and makes the catch. So Luke Mulvey skies a 2-0 fastball into the Texas sky, and Nicholas Burlbaugh camps under it and makes the play. One down, that brings up the left fielder Caleb Jackson.
Came in strong, yeah.
And a foul tip at the plate. 0-1. Again, tonight's battle between these old rivals, all about getting a leg up on the other. The winner will be 3-1 in district play. The loser will fall to 2-2. Graney inside with a fastball to even the count at 1. Nobody aboard, but Graney will work from the stretch. And the 1-1 pitch is also skied in the infield. Erickson is camped under it, and he makes the catch. So 2 outs here for the 3-hole hitter, Damon Blaylock, second baseman for the Eagles.
That brings to the plate number 4, the second baseman, Damon Blaylock.
Graney misses with a fastball outside. 1-0 to Blaylock. Blaylock was hit by a pitch in the first inning, the first pitch that he saw. And Graney now paints the outside corner with a fastball to even the count at 1. Beautiful night here in North Texas. Comfortable temperatures. A very, very light breeze blowing. Curveball swung on and missed. 1-2. Graney, an imposing figure out there on the mound. Just a sophomore, but a big, big man. Don't have his official stature. Big swing and a miss. So Nick Graney sets him down in order here in the third. Mustangs continue to lead this one 5-0. We'll be right back.
Defensive changes for the Eagles. Now at third base, Luke Moulton. Now at first base, Jagger Chattel. How are you? Shortstop, Zach Monroe. And now pitching for the Eagles, Evan Hebert.
Welcome back to Mustang Ballpark. We head to the bottom half of the third. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Eagles. It'll be Evan Hebert. And he faces the 5, 6, 7 batters for the Mustangs here in the bottom of the third. And sophomore center fielder Burke Wahlberg is first up. 1-1 count to him. Some defensive changes as well. We'll get to those in just a second. Wahlberg swings and misses at another Hebert delivery. Luke Mulvey for the Eagles switches from first to third. And now a chopper foul behind the bag at first. Luke Mulvey switches from first base to third base. That'll move Zach Monroe to shortstop. Jagger Shadow goes from the mound over to first base, and now a foul ball off the bat of Burke Wahlberg. So really a lot of versatility out of this Richardson roster. Some talented kids that can play several different positions. And a swing and a miss from Wahlberg, and he is retired for the first out of the third, and that'll bring up the senior designated hitter Jordan Rosenblum. Rosenblum stayed hot with a sharp single in the second inning. He's 6 for his last 9 with a walk. And he'll look at a fastball high from Hebert. Crowd still filing in, a good crowd here Friday night. And now a high fly ball to right field. And Caleb Cole is under it, makes the catch. So quickly 2 down for the Mustangs here in the home half of the third. That'll bring up the second baseman, Preston Van Zandt. And both of the runs scored leaders for the Mustangs have both scored tonight. Wait, that was from the Department of Redundancy department. I said both twice, didn't I? Both Mustangs that are atop the runs scored category have plated tonight. Preston Van Zandt being one of those, and he fouls one off down the right field line. 0-1 to him. Preston scored his 14th run. And now just misses a double down the line. Just foul at first with a sharp ground ball. 0-2. Well, I was incorrect. Preston is now tied atop the runs scored with Ben Kessler at 14. And a swing and a miss here from Van Zandt to end the third inning. So Evan Hebert comes in and sets the Mustangs down in 1-2-3 fashion, but the Mustangs still the owners of a 5-0 lead. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the fourth inning in just a moment. Welcome back. We head to the fourth inning. It'll be The first baseman, Jagger Shaddle, tonight's starting pitcher for the Eagles. It's replaced by Evan Hebert after 2. He takes a fastball outside, 1-0. Nick Graney still on the hill for the Mustangs. And a fastball is ripped to right, and Kessler dives but can't come up with it. It's all the way to the wall. Shaddle digging around second, now thinks better of it and heads back. And the relay throw gets through 2 Mustang infielders, but no pain as Shaddle had already thought better of it and headed back to second. But a line shot off the bat of Shaddle. Telling you, that kid is a tough out. And no error on that play. Kessler made a great effort. Dove, and he bends over at the waist, a little shaken up out there. I think he's okay, but tough play. But Kessler can run, and boy, he hopped up, retreated, got that ball, and got it back into the infield and kept Shaddle to a double. And we'll see how that plays out. A 1-0 count now to the designated hitter Baron Hobbs, who bats for the right fielder Caleb Cole tonight. So 1 on, nobody out, and a curveball wraps around the plate for a ball. 2-0. I mentioned on Tuesday these Eagles trailed W.T. White 8-0 a week ago, battled back. They lost 9-7, but this team does not have any quit in it. I've said that multiple times here over the past couple of games. So Mustangs off to a 5-0 lead, but I don't think anyone here getting too comfortable on the Mustang side of things. As they know, crazy things can happen in rivalries, and this is a tough-minded Eagle bunch. 2-1 pitch is a strike on the inside corner. 2-2. The shortstop, Erickson, keeps Shaddle honest at second, so a big hole in the left side as Gavin Gold is just 3 or 4 steps wide of the bag at third, and a curveball from Graney just misses. And his body language says, huh? He thought that was strike 3, but it's full count now. Vinzant, the second baseman, shaded slightly up the middle. Graney playing behind the bag at first, and now a fastball up, and Hobbs is aboard with a walk. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Zach Monroe.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we have a little lull in the action,
And he'll have a word with the third base coach, Jason Smiga.
you witnessed an incredibly cute home run hero running the bases.
And now a conference on the mound. Coach Rumfield and the entire infield, along with the battery mates, Graney and Schuler. We'll keep it right here, as these things are typically pretty quick. And now Coach Rumfield concludes his conference. Schuler still out on the mound with Graney, having a few extra words, as Erickson sticks around as well. And now they break it up, and we're about to get back to business here. 5-0, but the Eagles threatening with 2 runners aboard and nobody out here in the top of the 4th. Monroe flew out to center field in his first trip to the plate in the second inning with an opportunity here. Fastball swung on and missed. 0-1. And now Monroe squares the bunt and is hit with a fastball, so the bases are now loaded with nobody out. So rough start here for Graney in the 4th inning. Yeah, that'll bring up the pitcher, Evan Hebert. Not exactly sure how many innings Hebert pitched on Tuesday night, but that will determine how many he can throw tonight. Hebert with a fantastic arm, regular shortstop for the Eagles, and pitches as well. He bats in the 7 position tonight for Mike Tovar's team. And first pitch swinging, skies one to left center. Wahlberg over to cut it off. He'll make the play. Here comes the throw home. He's safe, but now the throw to third. And the field umpire, Dwayne Phillips, says that Baron Hobbs is under the tag. Boy, a super close play there at third. So a sacrifice fly by Evan Hebert and an RBI for him. That brings home Shattle. Monroe will stay at first, but Hobbs tagged up, went to third. The throw certainly beat him. And it was a super close play, but the field umpire, Dwayne Phillips, says he was under the tag. And so the Eagles are on the board. It's now 5-1. Runners at the corners, 1 out. And that brings up the freshman catcher, Marcus Peters. And a first pitch fastball is high. Peters flew out to Jed Arrington and left, and not a typical fly ball out. It was just a matter of 5 feet or so from leaving the yard. Peters a freshman, but a big kid, well over 6 feet tall. Certainly looks the part. 1-0 pitch to him. Now Graney steps off the rubber and looks Monroe back. The center fielder, Nick Worst, is on deck for the Eagles. And a fastball, strike on the inside corner. Zach Monroe was off and running on the pitch. He's in without a throw. Schuler pump faked a throw down to second, but wanted to make sure that Baron Hobbs stayed at third base, and that's what happened. So 1-1 count now. Burlbaugh plays in on the grass at first, and the 1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back. 1-2. So 1 across for the Eagles, shaves the Pearce lead to 5-1. 2 more ducks on the pond for Richardson. The bottom of the batting order for the Eagles will have to be involved if they score any more runs here. One 2 pitch is a curveball that misses outside, 2-2. And now for the first time tonight, the flag hangs limp in left center. No wind at all. Just perfect temperatures out here. And a 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. So after a double, a walk, and a hit batsman to lead off this inning, Graney responds with a sacrifice fly out and a strikeout, and has a chance to get out of this with just 1 run given up as Nick Worst, the center fielder, steps in. And a fastball misses down 1-0. Top of the order, Luke Mulvey, the Eagle first baseman, is on deck. 5-1 as we play here in the top of the fourth. And fastball misses in, 2-0. And a 2-0 pitch hits Nick Wurst, so that's the second hit batsman of the inning. And that will reload the bases and bring up the top of the order in the form of first baseman Luke Mulvey.
Third baseman Luke Mulvey.
So 3 hit batsmen for Graney tonight. Not really struggling overall with his control, but a couple getting away from him. And he starts Mulvey out with a curveball that misses. It's 1-0. So the base is loaded. Tie run at the plate in the form of Luke Mulvey. And Graney misses outside again, 2-0. The left fielder, Caleb Jackson, is in the on-deck circle. Mulvey 0 for 2 tonight, grounded out to short to lead the game off and popped out to the first baseman, but he takes ball 3 here. Nowhere to put him. So Graney going to have to find the strike zone quickly here, or the Eagles will be on the board again. 3-0 pitch from Graney is a fastball strike. Mustang infield is back. And the 3-1 pitch is a strike right down the middle, full count. So Graney battles back after being down in the count 3-0. And the Eagle runners are off, and a ground ball up the middle. Erickson ranges over. Throws it to first. It pulls Burlbaugh off the bag, and 2 Eagles have scored. Boy, it sure looked like Erickson stepped on the bag at second, which would have ended the inning. But the field umpire, Dwayne Phillips, apparently ruled that he did not touch the bag. Erickson and second baseman Preston Van Zant making their case to the umpire. I know it sure looked like it was a very, very close play, and now Dwayne Phillips will call for the home plate umpire, Jeff Riley, to join him, and they will conference off by themselves to determine whether or not Wyatt Erickson's foot grazed the bag before he threw to first base. Big moment in this ball game here is, and now they'll rule that he did not touch the bag. So tough play for Erickson there. Nice play to get to the ball. He throws a little wide. It pulls Burlbaugh off the bag. So Mulvey is safe at first. Hobbs and Monroe come in to score. And Nick Wurst makes his way over to third base. So 2 outs, runners at the corners, and the left fielder Caleb Jackson at the plate. 5-3 now. Eagles with just 1 hit tonight, but 3 runs now. The 1-0 pitch is high, 2-0. The Mustang bullpen is obstructed from our view, so we can't see if Coach Rumfield has anybody warming up. And Graney now starting to struggle with his control. He's low with the fastball. It's 3-0. Three runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Eagles. 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Mustangs. And the 3-0 pitch misses. And for the third time in the inning, the bases are loaded for the Eagles. And now Coach Rumfield heads out to the mound, and that's going to do it for Nick Graney tonight. Nice job by the sophomore. Just some control issues there in the fourth. So he'll go 3 2/3 tonight. He'll leave the bases loaded. And Coach Rumfield, it appears, will look to another sophomore, Hunter Greenwell. He'll take his warm-up pitches. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. 5-3 Mustangs when we come back. Welcome back. Hunter Greenwell, the sophomore lefty, is the new pitcher for J.J. Pearce. He'll face Damon Blaylock. The Eagles have now batted around. Mustangs out to a 5-0 lead tonight, but 2 walks, 2 hit batsmen, and an error, and the Eagles are right back in it, 5-3. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Key moment here in the top of the fourth. And Greenwell's first delivery is a strike on the outside corner. Blaylock was hit with a pitch in the first inning and struck out swinging in the third. Bats here again in the fourth with the bases loaded. And a curveball from Greenwell drops in there. 0-2. Mustang infield is back and pretty much straight away. The middle infielder shaded slightly toward the bag. And now a ground ball up the middle, speared by Greenwell, throws over to Burlbaugh, and the Eagles are retired here in the fourth inning, but not before they get 3 runs and cut the Mustang lead to 5-3. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth, take a break, and we'll be right back. Bottom 4, Nicholas Burlbaugh,
Leading off,
the J.J. Pearce first baseman, will lead it off here. Scores from across 8-6A. W.T. White destroyed Dallas Molina tonight, 20-0. Berkner and Lake Highlands are tied at 1 in the first inning, and Duncanville leads Skyline 2-0 in the third. Abear misses with his first delivery and is now high with his second, so 2-0 to Burlbaugh. Two-0 pitch is wide, 3-0. Jed Arrington's in the on-deck circle, then it's back to the top of the order and Gavin Gold, and Burlbaugh looks at a strike right down Broadway, 3-1. And now Abear hits the knees with a 3-1 fastball, and the count is full. And the payoff pitch swung on and missed. So a nice job by Evan Abear coming back to get Nicholas Burlbaugh. So 4 batters faced, 3 strikeouts by Abear, who was equally effective on Tuesday night at Richardson. And he'll face Jed Arrington now, starts him out with a fastball away, ball 1. A 1-0 pitch is just under the chin of Jed Arrington. Abear giving Arrington a little whiff of that rawhide right there. A 2-0 pitch is a strong ground ball to short, but scooped up by Monroe, who throws over to Shaddle. And a well-struck ball off the bat of Arrington, but Monroe up to the task with a nice play. And quickly 2 down for the Mustangs, who have lost a little momentum in this ball game. Of course, the Mustangs had a 5-run second inning. And the Eagles have battled back with 3. So 5-3 as we play here in the bottom of the 4th, and curveball strike from Abear to Gavin Gold. And Abear misses with his second delivery, 1-1. Abear working quickly and working from a windup. And a line drive base hit to right field off the bat of Gavin Gold, and he stays hot. That is his second hit of the ball game. Had a multi-hit game at Richardson on Tuesday, so 4 hits from him in the past couple of games, and he's aboard with a 2-out single. That'll bring up Wyatt Erickson, who had an RBI single in the second inning and a walk in the first. So 1 for 1 with a walk for Erickson tonight. And he fouls Abear's first delivery back onto the roof of the concession stand behind the student section. 0-1. Nice crowd tonight for this 8-6A rivalry. And perfect temperatures. Great night for baseball here on the campus of J.J. Pearce. And Abear misses with a fastball, 1-1. And now a throw over, but Gold is back in. And now Abear tosses over to Shaddle again, but Gold is back in without issue. One delivery is lined down the line and left. Just foul. That is a part of the field that is obstructed from my view. There's a very small part of the field, and it is deep down the line and left. And Wyatt hit a line shot down there and had to rely on the home plate umpire to show me whether it was fair or foul, and he says foul. But that ball was well struck. 1-2 to Erickson. 2 down, runner at first. Mustangs up 5-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. Fastball is fouled back. Ben Kessler in the on-deck circle. He would be followed by Hunter Greenwell. 1-2 delivery is high in the eyes of Erickson. Evens the count at 2. And the 2-2 pitch, no. Abear throws over to Shaddle again. Boy, he is really keeping Gold close to that bag. And first base coach Colin Buckley giving Gold his instructions over there at first. Gold with a decent lead over there now. And Erickson waves and misses at a Abear changeup. So that'll do it for the Mustangs here in the fourth. 5-3 Pearce. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Top 5, another great ball game between two old rivals, J.J. Pearce and Richardson. Hunter Greenwell came on to get the last out in the fourth inning. He remains on the hill, and the lefty delivers a fastball high to the leadoff hitter, Jagger Shaddle. You'll remember Shaddle had a really sharp double in his last plate appearance, and he looks at a curveball strike on the inside corner. 1-1. One deliveries, a curveball that stays up, and lesser men would have bailed out of the way, but Jagger Shaddle doesn't flinch and lets that ball miss the bill of his helmet by about a quarter inch. He's a tough kid. And now Greenwell misses wide. It's 3-1. 3-1 delivery is a strike. Fastball on the outside corner, and the count is full. Shadow walked in the first inning in the aforementioned double in the fourth. So 1 for 1 with a walk, and Greenwell is out. And now home plate umpire with that late call says strike 3. So Greenwell paints the outside corner, and Jagger Shadow is retired. And Shadow did not give much negative body language there. I think he also felt that it was a strike. So a nice job by the sophomore Greenwell to get Jagger Shadow, a tough hitter. Strikeout looking to start the fifth here. That'll bring up the DH, Baron Hobbs, who flew out to right field and then walked. And he skies one up against the fence. Burlball's over there. So look at it. And again, another obstruction there. Can't quite see behind the dugout there, but I guess they have ruled that he did not catch that. Well, I couldn't see Burlball. He was obstructed from my view, but he is signaling that he caught it. I don't know how you could have too much controversy on whether someone caught a ball or not, but I'm not sure what happened there. Nonetheless, it's a strike. 0-1 to Hobbs. No relation to Roy Hobbs of the Natural. He takes a ball in the dirt. 1-1. Zach Monroe, the shortstop, is in the on-deck circle for Mike Tovar's Eagles. 1-1 pitch is lined into right. Kessler retreats and makes a nice play for the second out. Kessler, as I've mentioned several times, has very swift feet. He had a good beat on that, and even overran that by a little bit. Had to twist his body around, but he did so. Made a nice catch.
With 2 outs, brings to the plate Eagles shortstop Zach Monroe.
And that's the kind of body control that head football coach David Collins will be looking for out of the junior this next fall. 2 down, nobody aboard for Zach Monroe. Mustang infield playing deep but straight away. And now a fly ball to left, and Arrington comes in, and it's through his glove and down. Not sure what happened there. Perhaps the ball just got lost in the lights. Arrington came in quickly, but then halted. Looked like he had a good beat on it, but it got through his glove and hit the grass. So that'll be, I believe they'll score that one an error, and they do. So the inning continues. Monroe does not advance to second, so he's at first, and that brings up Evan Hebert, the pitcher, and he lines one to left. That ball's down in front of Arrington, who scoops it up, and Monroe will have to hold at second base. So 2 aboard here with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Marcus Peters. Peters 0 for 2 on the night, but came about 5 feet away from homering in the second inning. He's a freshman, but he's a big freshman. He's well over 6 feet tall. And he takes a first pitch strike from Greenwell. Mustangs continuing to struggle a little bit on defense. Any runs scored in this half inning will be unearned. And a curveball from Greenwell misses outside. 1-1.
Courtesy runner at first base for the pitcher, number 8, Sean O'Farrell.
Sean O'Farrell will come in to pinch run for the pitcher, Evan Hebert. And he has a healthy lead off first base. Greenwell with a fastball right down Broadway. 1-2 to Marcus Peters. And the 1-2 pitch is a curveball, swung on and missed. He did get a piece of it, but Joris Schuler did a nice job of hauling that in. So it's a strikeout swinging. The threat is extinguished, and the score remains. J.J. Pearce 5, Richardson 3. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth for the Mustangs, right fielder Ben Kessler.
Welcome back to Mustang Ballpark. Mustangs lead at 5-3. We head to the bottom of the fifth. It's the 3-4-5 hitters for the Mustangs. Ben Kessler, the junior, starts it out with a line drive at Damon Blaylock, who juggles it and throws just in time to get Kessler by a half step. So a nice line drive there by Kessler, but Damon Blaylock was playing back all the way where the infield meets the outfield, and he was able to short hop that, keep it in front of him, and make a sidearm throw that just beat the speedy Kessler. So one away, and it's Hunter Greenwell who came in to replace Nick Graney on the mound. He'll bat here, and he takes ball one and then strike one. So 1-1. And now Greenwell is hit in the foot with the Hebert delivery. So he is aboard with a one-out hit by pitch.
Your attention, ladies and gentlemen, entering the game at first base is the courtesy runner for the pitcher, number 17, Zach Brickert. Courtesy running for the pitcher.
So the speedy junior Zach Brickert will come in to pinch run for Hunter Greenwell at first base. And the center fielder Burke Wahlberg will step in from the left side here. 5-3. And the delivery from Hebert is a strike. And Hebert throws over, but to no avail. Richardson, the oldest school in the RISD, opening its doors just 25 years after the end of the Civil War. And now a line drive off the bat of Wahlberg. It's in the gap and down. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Brickert on his horse, rounding third, and Coach Rumfield will hold him up. So it'll be a stand-up double for Burke Wahlberg. To left center. Wow, what a hit. Brickert will hold up at third, so Mustangs threaten here with runners on second and third with just one out. That'll bring up Jordan Rosenblum. Rosenblum, 6 of his last 10 with a walk, so he has been a big part of the Mustang offense over the past week.
Designated hitter, Jordan Rosenblum.
And now the Eagles will bring the infield in. Not long ago they did that, and Wyatt Erickson rifled a fastball up the middle. And now Richardson elects to put Rosenblum on base with an intentional walk. And that will load the bases. So now a force at any base for the Eagles. And senior second baseman Preston Vinzant will bat for the Mustangs with a big opportunity here, and big swing and a miss from Preston on Hebert's first delivery. Oh, 1 pitch is a fastball strike on the knees. Vinzant had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Struck out swinging in the third, and 0-2 here in the fifth, and a fastball way high. 1-2. Senior first baseman Nicholas Burlbaugh in the on-deck circle. 1-2 pitch to Preston, who rifles one foul behind Coach Colin Buckley in the first base coaching box. And now a line drive to center. That ball's down. A clutch RBI base hit from Preston Vinzant. Been doing it all year, folks. Does it again here. An RBI for the senior second baseman. Zach Brickert crosses the dish, and the Mustangs get one back here in the bottom of the fifth. 6-3 now Mustangs, and Nicholas Burlbaugh comes to the plate. Still just one out. He'll take ball one outside. Burlbaugh struck out swinging to begin the fourth inning, but had a 2 RBI single in the second inning. So Burlbaugh extracting his pound of flesh in this game, looking for more here. Bases loaded, and he fouls one back. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Burlbaugh is down, and the Eagle contingent did not like that call. Hitters count 2-1. Sacks full for Burlbaugh. Student section packed now for J.J. Pearce. And a chopper through the right side. Everybody moves up a bag. Now the second runner's coming home. Marcus Peters catches the throw, applies the tag, throws to the second baseman, and they get Burlbaugh out at second. Wow, a lot happening on that play. So Burt Wahlberg comes home with run number 7. Rosenblum tries to come home, and he is out at the plate, and then the freshman catcher, Marcus Peters, rifles the ball out to second base and gets Burlbaugh trying for second. So a busy play there. The long and short of it is the Mustangs now lead it 7-3, but a nice defensive play by Richardson to end the inning. That'll do it for the 5th. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. I got Roberto Clemente. I think you're probably right, actually. Welcome back. A busy bottom of the 5th sees the Mustangs plate 2, and they run their lead out to 7-3. Not a dull moment in this ball game, much like the Tuesday night contest. 7-3 as we get going. Hunter Greenwell still on the mound, and Nick Worst, the center fielder, lifts one foul behind the Richardson dugout to get us going here in the top of the 6th. Other than the pitching change, the Mustangs stay the same. It's Gold and Erickson on the left side of the infield, Vinzant and Burlbaugh on the right side. The battery is Greenwell and Joris Schuler. Outfield from left to right is Jed Arrington, Burke Wahlberg, and Ben Kessler. And now a bunt is fouled off at the plate. So quickly 0-2 to the center fielder, Nick Worst. Oh, 0-2 pitch to Worst. Gets away from Schuler. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 pitch from Greenwell's a curveball swung on and missed. So the 3rd strikeout of the night for Hunter Greenwell, the sophomore lefty. Back to the top of the order for the Eagles, it's first baseman Luke Mulvey. Curveball strike from Greenwell starts out Mulvey, so 0-1. Mulvey 0 for 3 tonight, grounded out to short to open the game, popped out to first in the 3rd, reached on an error in the 4th. Greenwell ahead 0-1 to Mulvey here. And a fastball is skied high into the Texas sky, but foul. Once again, Hunter Greenwell in front of the Eagle hitter. 0-2. Packed house here at J.J. Pearce for this old rivalry. Again, Richardson, the oldest school in RISD, opened its doors in 1890. The school was actually located on Old Pike Road, which is now part of Greenville Avenue. And the current campus was opened in 1961. Foul tip off the bat of Luke Mulvey, who stays alive. Of course, J.J. Pearce opened its doors in the late 60s, and these rivals have been squaring off ever since. A 50-year-old rivalry. Oh-2 pitch. Chopped out to short. Erickson picks, throws, got him. So a nice play by Wyatt Erickson to get Mulvey, who did a nice job getting down the line. He put some pressure on Erickson, but Erickson's throw was hard and true. So 2 outs with nobody on. That brings up the left fielder, Caleb Jackson. Greenwell starts him out with a fastball high. Ball 1. One-0 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Hunter Greenwell looks fantastic tonight. The sophomore lefty came in to extinguish a threat in the 4th. And another hook from Greenwell just misses. 2-1. Anyway, Greenwell working with tempo here, and Eagles have not scored on him since he's been in the game. He's high with a fastball here. 3-1. Three strikeouts by Greenwell. This is his 9th batter faced. And a foul back from Jackson evens the count. Payoff pitch from Greenwell is chopped to Vincent, who comes in, scoops, throws. Another nice play by Preston Vincent, who has been absolutely perfect on defense here in district. He makes another fine play, and Hunter Greenwell sets the Eagles down in order. The Mustangs maintain a 7-3 lead. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the ballpark. Mustangs owner of a 7-3 lead over crosstown rival Richardson. Looking to add a few insurance runs here. It'll be The left fielder, Jet Arrington, leading it off, and he takes a ball down. Arrington flew out to center in the second and grounded out to short in the fourth. And now he skies a pop-up back behind first base, and Jagger Shadow backs up a few paces and makes the play. So 2 pitches in, there's 1 out. Now back to the top of the order, and Gavin Gold.
With 1 down, that brings to the plate Mustangs third baseman Gavin Gold.
Gavin Gold 2 for 3 tonight. As district play started, Gold was in a minor slump, but he has found it. And he rifles a shot through the left side for a base hit.
That's a single for Gavin Gold.
3 for 4 for the senior. So 1 out single, and that brings up shortstop Wyatt Erickson.
Brings to the plate for the Mustangs, shortstop Wyatt Erickson.
Great turnout tonight by both student bodies. Relatively tame compared to what we've seen in the past, though. Everybody enjoying the game tonight. Eagles take the first of the 2 games set on Tuesday. Mustangs looking to pay the Eagles back tonight. Well on their way, 7-3 lead, and Erickson takes a strike. 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled back. 0-2. Gold with a moderate lead at first. The 0-2 pitch to Erickson is lined to the second baseman, Damon Blaylock, who throws to first, but Shadow can't come up with it. It was a good throw by Blaylock, but Shadow got his glove turned around. He wanted to backhand it, but instead had to flip his glove forward, and the ball popped out. So a potential double play is not, and the inning will continue. So it'll be right fielder Ben Kessler coming up to see if he can make the Eagles pay for not converting that double play. And now a balk called on the pitcher, and Gavin Gold will advance to second base. And now head coach Mike Tovar with a slow walk out to talk to Dwayne Phillips, but before he can even get out there, he finds out what he wants to find out, and he's headed back. So it is officially a balk. And Kessler will now bat with a duck on the pond. And a fastball is low and away, 1-0. Kessler 0 for 3 tonight after going 3 for 3 and reaching base all 5 times on Tuesday, but he has continued to hit the ball well. He is hitting it on the fat part of the bat for sure every time. Just no luck tonight for Kessler to this point, but 1-0 here, and now the ball is thrown into center field, and it is off the center fielder, Nick Worst, and that will allow Gavin Gold to advance to third. Nice heads-up play by Gold, as Worst did a good job backing the play up. But Gold, the second that ball crawled up Worst's arm, Gold was off to third and in without a throw. So the 8th run just 90 feet away now. And a high fly ball to left center, and Worst floats into the gap, makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Mustangs here in the 6th. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 left. 7-3 Mustangs. We'll be back with Welcome back. Last chance for the Eagles. Head to the top of the 7th. Mustangs lead it 7-3.
Leading off,
John Brewer with engineer producer Mason Trevino with FridayNightGlory.com. Hunter Greenwell still on the hill, and he bends a curveball that stays just a hair outside, so 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch is nubbed toward first. Burlbaugh comes in and makes the play. Not without a little bit of juggling there by the slender senior, but he makes the play. So it's 3 unassisted, and 1 is in the books here for the Mustangs in the top of the 7th.
Jagger Shattle.
That'll bring up the burly sophomore Jagger Shattle. And Greenwell starts him out with the ball. 1 out, nobody aboard. Mustangs with a 7-3 lead. One 1-0 pitch stays outside, 2-0. Coach Rumfield and the Mustang outfit looking for much less drama here tonight. And Greenwell fires true. 2-1. Baron Hobbs, the DH, is in the on-deck circle. And a nice curveball by Hunter Greenwell evens the count at 2. Boy, Greenwell has been fantastic tonight for the Mustangs when they needed it the most. And Coach Rumfield continues to coach a resilient bunch. Up, and Greenwell hits Jagger Shattle on the right arm, and perhaps I jinxed Greenwell. So 1 out, hit batsman, and that'll bring up the DH, Baron Hobbs. And the Eagles will now send in a pinch runner for Shattle.
Sean O'Farrell.
And it'll be Sean O'Farrell.
Now batting, designated hitter, Baron Hobbs. One out.
1 out, 1 on. And the pitch is in the dirt, scooped by Schuler. One and 0. And now Greenwell tries O'Farrell over at first, but he's back in easily. No movement in the flag beyond the left center field wall. Perfect night for baseball here in North Texas. Mustangs trying to close it out. Currently the owners of a 7-3 lead, and Greenwell delivers. It's a fly ball to center field. Burke Wahlberg is back into the gap and makes a nice catch. So 2 down now. And for the second time in this 2-game set, the Mustangs are looking for the final out to close out the Eagles. Last time they had just a 1-run lead, and the Eagles erased the deficit and went on to win the game. Tonight, a taller order for the visiting Eagles as they trail it by 4. They do have a runner aboard, but 2 outs for the shortstop, Zach Monroe, and he takes curveball strike from Greenwell. Looking ahead, the Mustangs will have Richardson Berkner next week. 2-game set, Tuesday and Friday. And the runner is off, and Schuler pumps. but does not throw. The curveball from Greenwell's a strike, so the Eagles are down to their last strike here as we play in the 7th. The Eagles will take on Dallas Molina next week. The 0-2 pitch from Greenwell, swung on and missed. So the Mustangs exact revenge from their crosstown rival Richardson Eagles tonight. 7-3 final. Appreciate you joining us here on FridayNightGlory.com. John Brewer and Mason Trevino signing off. Once again, Mustangs 7, Richardson 3, runs the Mustangs district record to 3-1. They'll continue to have a piece of second place. The Eagles drop to 2-2. We appreciate you joining us, and we hope you'll join us on Tuesday night here at J.J. Pearce, where the Mustangs will take on L.V. Berkner High School. Good night, everybody.